welcome back to the channel. It's Wendy and today we're having a look at what I've bought during June today. So yeah, I'm going to clear off the pile quickly and we've got a bit of room, if it will. Some of these I'm going to whiz through because they've either been on the channel already or they're really commonly around already in the YouTube world, so there's really no point me going through them. But yeah, I'm going to give you a bit of a short viewing on what I've bought this month. Obviously this one kind of started the month off really. Hannah Carlson's new book. There's a flip on the channel. I've been working in it this month, so there are a couple of pages that I've secretly paper clipped together, so you can't have a sneak peek of what I've done, so it's safe to flip it without you spotting what I've done. You'll have to wait a week for that. But yeah, Hannah's new book, and because I got the new book and I happened to notice this one was on special, and it was one that I didn't have from Hannah's. I also got Grains of Gold. It's pretty much some of her old stuff that's in here. Again, there's loads of flips about it. I'm not going to spend ages discussing what's in it, but obviously at the front, I think it's from there actually, I think from that point there, from the Viking ship, yes, from here forward in the book, these are original drawings to this book only, so that is the reason I've got this book, just because I hadn't got these, oops, let go of it, sorry, just because I hadn't got these few that are at the front. So, and plus Spurs, never hurts to have some Spurs, does it? Have some favourites of Hannah's anyway. Next, obviously, again, it's on the channel. Sorry, I've just knocked my light. It might be flashing, doing weird things. Again, started a little bit on this yesterday. You can have a quick look of where I'm up to because I've not done very much. So I've just started doing a little bit in here of Coloursoft's new one that was out on Friday for the UK. Again, nice book. It's on the channel. Feel free to have a look. I won't spend time on it. Then I've got a couple of Cocoa, and I'm sure by now you've probably twigged my feelings on Cocoa. They must have some fantastic illustrators, let's be honest. They are knocking it out of the park at the moment in terms of the designs and the books that they have available. But I'm no great lover of their paper, but both of these books are so cute. I've kind of fell under the spell. Witches I've been umming and ahhing about for a while. Again, there's loads of flips. I'm not going to spend ages looking at it. And Spooky Girls, obviously fairly new one. Again, really cute. I'm not really a great kind of haunted, spooky kind of colourer really, but this is just so cute that yeah, I couldn't resist it. But what I did notice, particularly because these literally arrived yesterday in the same packet, is that the paper in this one is not the same as the paper in this one. Paper in Witches is very much like my Fairies in Beautyland. That is really rough paper, but this one feels much smoother to me, much smoother surface on this. Now, whether it's because they've had to layer more tone on this, just because of the nature of the designs in this book, that they've needed to use a slightly smoother paper, but this is definitely a little notch up in terms of paper. So I do hope that means that they are actually listening to us colourists in the world and have slightly upgraded the paper, because obviously this is a newer release than Witches. But yeah, I'm going to see how some of my materials work on that, but it was really interesting to see that they were a touch better. Then I've got a little pile which is totally Doodle Robot's fault. Blaming you totally for this little one. This one she tempted me with, I'm going to start from the back of the pile there. This one she tempted me with, was it a month ago? Quite a few weeks ago anyway. Serenaiya colouring book by Christina McAllister. And Doodle's flipped it. By all means, go and have a look on her lovely channel to see a better, closer flip of it. I'm not going to do it as well when I can see she's done a perfectly beautiful flip of it on her channel. But there's some really interesting drawings, and it's a little bit different. It's a little bit whimsy. Like, I really like that one. And these little cute things, cute. But yeah, I thought this was really nice. And so yeah, Serenaiya, again, it's only an Amazon print, definitely, but it's not terrible paper. A little bit better than the Cocoa Wire normal stuff that we've been getting, typical Amazon paper, and obviously I've been working on Amazon paper and night garden quite a lot, so I've kind of got used to what will and what won't work. I think if you want to do a lot of watercolour, it's probably a no-no, isn't it? But for anything else, it's probably okay. I'm doing okay in pencil with it, so it's not the best. I'd like it better, but you know, it is what it is. And then The World of Broken Dolls, which again, that lovely flip on Doodle's channel. I'm not going to flip it. I'm definitely not even going to go there. Lovely little book. It is a little book. It is a tiny little pamphlet, little book. But paper, this is a tricky one. I think on Doodle, she'd got some really nice shiny paper. No, not in the UK version. It's not bad paper. It's better than normal Amazon paper. I think I would say it's a little bit smoother than normal Amazon paper, but we certainly don't have that nice shiny stuff that I think Doodle had with her USA printed one. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously this is the other way. Would help if I turned it. It's a really interesting book. Again, Doodle's flipped it really nicely and taken a bit more time over it. I'm just going to whiz through very quickly because you can see it on her channel if you want to, because it was one of her finds. But yeah, cute little, very different little book, The World of Broken Dolls. Very cute. And then the last one that I spotted on Doodle's channel is this one, the Just Add Colour Circus. I'll just take you up a bit so you can see it all, by Sarah Walsh. And this I just thought would be a fun, really quirky little colouring book. And not like anything else I've got in my collection really. So just thought, yeah, it's going to be lots of bright colours, vivid little drawings. And yeah, like just a lot of different things really. It just makes me smile. It's just ridiculous images, really quirky things, and yeah, I just thought it was really a little bit of fun. So yeah, I was really pleased. This arrived yesterday as well. I've been waiting for this quite a while actually, and I've also ordered, that has not arrived, I think it's Festival or Carnival or something like that. I thought they were supposed to both come yesterday, but yeah, so far no sign of it. It's running late apparently is what Amazon are telling me, but yeah, so I've ordered I think it's Carnival from memory anyway, that goes with this one, because I thought that, you know, I do like a costume or two, so I thought that would be really interesting as well. So thank you, Doodle, for the temptation. Stop tempting me with things. And then I've got a little set of ones that kind of follow on to the ones that I've already got in my collection. So I've got, excuse me while I turn around and check, I've got Alice in Wonderland and I've got Peter Pan already, but obviously these are out of print. They aren't the easiest to get hold of now, and I've ummed and ahed about them because I haven't worked in the other two, but I thought they're really cute, they're lovely. I really like Fabiana's work. So yeah, I'm going to get them while I can still see a couple of them on Amazon. So I think I've got two from Amazon. I've got another one on the way from Amazon. I think it's the Jungle Book one that I've got on the way, but it's a Polish version I think, so I think it is coming from Poland. But yeah, again, there's loads of flips of these on the internet. They're nothing new, but they kind of remind. I've really enjoyed the other Alice in Wonderland book that I coloured last month. You know, I like images that make me smile, that have a little bit of whimsy about them, and they're a little bit light-hearted. I'll do some portraits, and I enjoy doing portraits, but then I think when you're busy and life sometimes gets you down a little bit, just books like this really cheer me up. They take you to a different place, they're cheerful, and they're just interesting, aren't they? And I enjoy the style of the drawing in these. So Beauty and the Beast, this is the Spanish one, I think. Yeah, Spanish version. But I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? It's only, there is the story at the front, but I could translate it if I really wanted to. But I think we've all got the gist of Beauty and the Beast, what the story is, so it's really the images that interest me most. So it's not a huge big deal on these. There's not really text on the image pages, but I just thought there's some really beautiful pages in here that when I have a little bit more time and I'm not at work, I'd be interested in doing some of these pages that are going to take a little bit longer. But yeah, I just think there's some really beautiful pages in them that really interest me. So Beauty and the Beast. Then this one was a bit harder to get, but I have finally got hold of it. Snow White. I'm still really looking for Cinderella. That seems to be impossible to find. Anybody know where there's a Cinderella hanging around? I wouldn't mind having a tip to find that somewhere, but so far no luck. Not even on silly prices. I can't find Cinderella anywhere. Clearly it was a lovely book, because I can't get it. Not that I'm really devastated. These are lovely ones. This is a lovely book. I'm really glad I've got this one in particular. I just think this is really sweet. I like some of the scenes in it. I like the characters. I don't love the Zendoodly bits on the bird, but you can kind of just paint the bits out that you don't like, can't you, with a bit of paint? So I'm not worrying too much about bits that I don't like. And occasionally, even I don't mind a bit of Zendoodle occasionally. So, you know, sometimes it's just what you want. So the lovely Snow White. They have all got the huge, ginormous poster. This one was a used purchase. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. I'm half thinking I might take them into school and chop them up and get the kids to colour them in and then put them back together again and have them up on the wall somewhere. But it has the, oh, can't even open it. Sorry, I have to open it. I'm going to knock my camera or something. But yeah, this huge poster that's now taking up my world in here. Oh, sorry if I just hit you. This huge poster that I am never going to colour, but I may make some children colour. They won't be too bothered about being made to colour it. Anything but doing some work. And then I've got a bit of a mixed bag. I've got some lovely books and I've got some failure books. So the first one, I bought a present for someone. I bought them some pencils. Obviously I love colour pencils. And they came with these. I was not impressed. Brute Fooners. It's not like Brute Fooners are a small brand anymore, is it? Why do they need to send these horrible, fake, rip-off, pretend Joanna Basford knockoffs with their pencils? I was going to buy the pencils anyway. I didn't buy the pencils because these were in it. Look, that page is even upside down. That's how much of a quality item this is. Like, it's just wrong, isn't it? It's, you know, they're selling, wonder what type of book that's supposed to be. And this one, again, just a complete Daria rip-off. It's disgusting. It really, they're going straight in the recycling. But I did want to, look, upside down again. It's just really annoying. And I noticed on some of them, the writing is actually back to front. Was it that one? Yeah, look, that one. It might be the right way around for you with my camera. But for me, all these words are backwards. They can't even bother to do the reflection of it when they're robbing people's images. So, yeah, I was a bit annoyed with Brute Fooners, really. Unnecessary thievery of artists' work. So they are going in the recycling bin because I'm disgusted with them. And the other failure was a sad one, really. I noticed on Tatiana Bogema's, I think it was on Facebook that I saw it, that she'd mentioned she was going to put some of her books onto Lulu. So I think I have this one on PDF already. Nice Little Town 4, I don't think I had at all. So I thought, oh, you know, I'd like to support her. Obviously, I'd like artists to work on better paper. It is my biggest moan, as I'm sure you've noticed. So I'll order a couple and see what they're like. So I had really high hopes for these, really, because they're spiral bound. They were supposed to be on better paper. And this one in particular has really beautiful images. So watercolour would be really nice in this book if the paper was better. But what you perhaps can't notice, and I don't know whether it'll show up really, is that the paper that's in these is actually, no, you can't really see it, can you? It's a really shiny, super smooth, and I mean super smooth paper. Almost feels glossy. It's, yeah, I've had to shut my blinds because it's sunny and rainy and getting all sorts of reflection on my desk, but yeah, so I thought, well, maybe markers will work in it. And I did, it was at the back of this one or the back of the other one, I did do a bit of testing, but the markers kind of just sat really strangely on the top. But then, well, as you can see, where they would normally blend really quite well, they just kind of sat there, separated. So I think these were my Deco Time markers, which I'll show you a little bit later on. And this kind of peachy tone were some of my Copics, and the Copics were a little bit better, but I'll be totally honest, it wasn't a nice experience. And coloured pencils, these are my luminance that I've done this sample with, and very rarely do I get to the point where you can see a lot of wax with luminance, but you kind of can with this. And I just felt you'd basically be doing one gentle layer and you're done. You can't get anything more over it because it's just such a horrible shiny surface. So I was really quite disappointed, and in all honesty I'm struggling to recommend buying this better quality from Lulu, because at the moment I just can't find anything that feels vaguely nice to work on it. I'm going to give markers a try again, I think, but my current feeling is I'm probably going to photocopy this one, and this one's probably going in the recycling as well, because it's just basically unusable. I don't know what I can colour on that, and I have quite a bit of stuff to try. I'm going to try some other bits and pieces before I completely give up with them, but yeah, I was really quite disappointed with both of these. Really excited to see them arrive, because I think they did take like a week to get here, and then they finally got here and I was like, oh, why is it so shiny? Shiny paper to colour with. Oh, it's not really what I want, is it? Anyway, moving on. Then I did notice on Colouring with Ilana on YouTube, I think someone had sent her, I think hers was the Cinderella, someone will correct me if wrong, but I think hers was the Cinderella, and I thought those books look beautiful. So I bought these direct from Amandine Jung. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. She's a French artist, and I bought it directly from her French website. I think these took about a week and a half to get from France to the UK, and these are truly beautiful books. Again, Alana's got a flip through of these. They come with a lovely little, where's mine, little business card, and that is her website if you wish to have a look through. No idea what the code is, feel free to have a look. Maybe it'll take you to the website, I'm not sure. And she's also sent a lovely little, again, don't know if it'll quite fit, lovely little poster in both of them. So I've got the poster for Cinderella, and then there's the lovely poster for Snow White, which is the other one that's in here, which again, really lovely, and nice to see her drawings in a kind of coloured version as well. And these are just lovely, lovely books. Obviously she signed them, left a little message. You've got a little test page. I'll just go through this one very quickly because this one's on Alana's channel, and obviously I'd like to support her channel, being from Ukraine, more than myself, so I'm not going to spend ages with this one. I'll spend a bit longer with the Snow White one, because I think this is the one that's on her channel. So if you want a closer look, please visit her, give her some YouTube time, because I'm sure she'll appreciate it. But beautiful book, Cinderella. I'll put the post back in, then I don't forget it. I'll take a little bit more time on the lovely Snow White one. Have I put a spine on this one as well? But yeah, pretty much the same kind of thing again. You've got a lovely book belongs to testing page, and then the lovely pages building through as it goes. And I really like her drawing style. It's kind of quite a good shade different from the Disney Snow White that we know, so it just makes for a little bit of a more interesting, unusual take. Just so cute. There's just some lovely, lovely drawings in this book that really interests me. Like, it's just everywhere you look, there's just little wacky little things going on that I just think are so sweet. Look, really cute, moody. Just all over, really, just really interesting book. Lovely little drawings, just interesting. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to working in one of these. They're really beautiful, and as you can probably hear, it's pretty good paper. It's quite chunky. I think they've got away with a little bit of watercolour on it. It's all single-sided if you want to work with alcohol markers of any type in there. That would also work really nicely. But yeah, just losing control of it a bit, sorry. Really lovely book. And it arrived so beautifully packaged in lovely tissue paper. Each book had its own little ribbon round it. If I get time, I'll try and pop you an image in here of what it looked like when they arrived, because they really were beautiful, lovely books. Anyway, Amandine Jung, Cinderella and Snow White, both really beautiful books. Pleasure to receive, really good quality books. Then this one arrived on Amazon, and yeah, I thought there wasn't really any images from it, and I've struggled to find anywhere that had it available to have a look at, so I couldn't see it on YouTube anyway. But Zhao Pei is a Chinese fashion designer, and obviously I have an interest in fashion. It's yeah, just really appealing to me, something I spend a lot of time looking at, so this just really interested me. Yes, this is this lovely lady, and I really like her drawing style, and her costumes are very wacky. They quite regularly end up at the Met Ball in the States, so you can imagine they're kind of one of a piece, you know, this amazing embroidery, just real imaginative craziness that really appeals to me. And I really like this kind of style of drawing that you can obviously add colour, and it's leaving you room to draw your own if you want to. Probably not going to, not in this book anyway. But yeah, I just thought this was really beautiful as well, and some of her fashion favourites and some of the ones she's well known for are in this book, so it just kind of really interested me really. And obviously you can buy lots of colour prints of her work anyway to kind of get a look at what some of these crazy fashion pieces look like, and then from this bit on it kind of goes much more into kind of quick sketchy kind of works rather than the more finished designs towards the front, so you really can work over it and do a little bit more with it. But I just thought, I had no idea what it was going to be like before I ordered it, and it is, I think the back here is a bit harder to work on because it's so sketchy, and it's not a massive thick book. It's only quite a thin one, but it is a properly printed book. It's got decent paper into it. I think it'll take pencils really nicely. Probably get away with a little bit of watercolour as well. I think she uses that herself. But yeah, just really interesting book, and something a little bit different. Then I also got this one, which I believe is a healing colouring book called Secretly Happy by these people that I am not going to even attempt to pronounce. But this again just looked a bit fun. I'm going to go through the back just because it's a bit quicker, isn't it, if I'm flipping from the back, if I can keep hold of it. Let's try and break the spine a bit first, because that'll be speed that up a little bit. There we go. So you've got some little ones at the back, and then you've got all kinds of little designs that are just my kind of thing really. There's some kind of quirky things. Ice cream, sorry, I'm not doing very well at keeping this book still. It's got a mind of its own. It's got a really strong spine on it. It does not wish to give over. But yeah, just really cute little things really that interest me. Again, make me smile. Some are simple, some are more complicated. Obviously if it's got leaves and growing things and forest scenes, you know, I mean, I quite like that little witchy page that's just gone past. Mary Poppins, quite like it. Thought that was a beautiful portrait as well that I really like. Just really interesting, unusual collection of images that just, yeah, really appealed. Thought they were pretty. Oops, sorry, I lost the last few. I've got a mind of their own. But they have a little proverb on the other side. I was translating a few of them yesterday with my phone. But yeah, so they give you a scene and it has a little proverb that goes with. But yeah, just really lovely little nice drawings. So, and the paper in this is pretty good as well. Pretty thick, and as you saw, it's pretty much single-sided. You'd lose your proverb, but in the main it would be survivable. And then my last two that I've been waiting for to arrive for quite a while from Europe are Fairy Bliss and Magical Season. And Magical Season I wanted ages ago, and then when I figured out where I could order it from, it was out of stock. So it's finally come back in stock by Lenka. Filonenko. Sorry if I've just butchered that. Hopefully it's something like that. But this is just a really cute, magical Christmas book. Obviously not really useful for this season, but it was one that I've had my eye on for a while. But I mean, you could do this one in autumn, but you get the line art and you get the grayscale, but sadly they are double-sided, so you're going to have to lose one if you want to work with alcohol markers, which obviously for a grayscale page is not ideal. But if you decide to work in all grayscale, you just lose all the line work. If you decide to work in the line art, you'll just lose all the grayscale. So if you want to work on just one or the other, you can lose the other. I suppose you could photocopy the line art before you worked in with your alcohol markers or something like that, couldn't you? But I just thought the drawings were beautiful in them, and some obviously not really Christmassy. Definitely Halloweeny. A hedgehog, cute. But it's not heavily Christmas, but it is kind of definitely winter season. But some really lovely pages that I've just wanted for a long time. So I was really pleased that clearly she's done a reprint of these. I don't know if the original one was like this or whether this is a new edition. No clue, but yeah, I just thought this was really nice. And these are super thick. It's quite card-like that are in these books, so you'll get away with most media in these, I think, just depending which side of the page you want to work on, really. But yeah, really cute book, lovely drawings, great quality. She got the testing page, and these are some of her other books if you're interested. Some of them are available at the moment on various different, they're all on her Etsy if you want to have a look. And then I think this is her new one. I could have gone mad and bought quite a few of these, and I just thought, no, we'll just do these two. I'll try a new one that's on here. So this one's Fairy Bliss. This one's just one-sided. So if having double like that one is not your cup of tea, perhaps this one might be more your interest. And these are obviously in the main grayscale ones that are all, I do like, squeaky pages. I do like fairy foresty mushrooms, one of my favourite things to colour. I have no idea why that is, just something very relaxing about colouring a mushroom. It's very bizarre. I don't know, don't understand it myself, but somehow I quite like colouring berries in as well. I think it's the repetitiveness of it just really interests me. But yeah, this is definitely, obviously, my cup of tea. I love kind of foresty, quirky, fairy type things. So sorry for the squeaky pages. That's how thick the card is, because it's squeaky. And yeah, so that was my last two sets of books. So I'm just going to move all these books so I don't break my neck, and I'll come back with my other bits and pieces that I've got this month. Okay, we're back a little bit, although I've got a load of rubbish in the way already. Now, these were on offer. I think Castle, their own site, had a sale on last month, so if I'm honest, I wasn't going to buy these. I bought the pastel tints that you'll have seen way back on the channel, and I quite like them. They're a good quality pencil. They're not my go-to, but they are a good pencil. And I have the original Castle 120 kind of waxy set, and I don't love them, if I'm honest. They seem to build up the wax very soon. So they're not a pencil I use a huge amount. So I was kind of like, I'm not that fussed about these ones. But they were on sale anyway, and I think the price of these, I think, is quite bad, really, for a supposedly budget pencil, isn't it? So they were down to about, I think they were down to about 70 or something like that. But I noticed quite a few YouTubers had some codes for Castle. So I think it was Emily Illustrator's code I used, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I got them down to about £44 UK. So I thought, well, for £44, I don't mind giving them a try for that kind of money. So they come with, where's the other pile of tat that they come with? I'm not going to go through all these because everybody's done it, haven't they? They come obviously with all of this stuff: Bristol, beige portrait, black, and white and 1,000,001. Very useful if you don't know anything about colouring, leaflets, but all that as well. Let me put it somewhere where, again, it's not in the way, excuse my world's creakiest chair. And then obviously you have all of this as well. I do love this packaging, lovely design. I wish I could have said I enjoyed how they arrived though. Sadly, I did not. So all of those books were actually inside my set. So this was a really chunky thing. But then they put this really heavy thing filled with books and pencils into a huge box with no packaging at all. Just loose in a box by itself. Yeah, annoyed me, can you tell? Because, yeah, it's just been sent from goodness knows where in the UK, but with really just bashed about all the way here. So, unsurprisingly, look at the state of my pencils. Yeah, this, I've done a swatch with these pencils. That's it, that's in here somewhere. Where has it gone? Here. So I've done this with these pencils. And the colours, we'll come back to them in a second, but yeah, in order to be able to swatch them, this is how low some of mine have got. Those that are on the outside and a few on this side, and same on this side. I've got a few on the back. Well, I've got a few that I think are going to snap a bit more on the back, but I kind of didn't risk sharpening them anymore. It's just got beaten all the way, and I'm going to pop a photo in of how many things broke. Yeah, they've annoyed me. I'm trying to get over myself and just think, well, make the most of them. I got them for less than half price, so what do I want? Not broken pencils is the answer. Obviously, you can't get loose stock, so I think that's the thing that annoys me with this. Like, they've sent it out with no regard to how it's arrived to the consumer. My pack, I have not done this. Every single page is pretty much really not even been put into the wallet really nicely. It's just got pencil marks all over it. Yeah, just a bit of quality control. What is the point of making a nice pencil but then giving no monkeys to how it's sent out? It's just, I'm very disappointed with them, I've got to be honest. I quite like the colour palette. Lots of YouTubers have mentioned the strange order that's in here. I don't get why these shouldn't be down there with them, and why is that purple not here? Random blue. Loads of people have said it, haven't they? It is what it is. They are quite a strange oil-based pencil. You've probably noticed I'm not a great oil pencil lover, which is why I wasn't that particularly bothered to rush to try and find these. I have started, which is why there's two faced the wrong way. I've started having a bit of a play about in Luminous Nightfall, so I started using those two greens that are back to front, wherever they are, that one and that one, to do a little bit. I've not decided what I think about these really. I think I'm going to carry on working on this page. It won't be in finished pages this month because I've got a few other things that I want to finish first, but they lay down quite nicely. They do feel oily, but I think there's definitely wax in there as well, because it's not your traditional kind of oil pencil feeling. They are softer than that. I think they're one of those pencils that I think if you want to add to your collection, they are an interesting pencil. There's some great colours in here. I think the colour palette is really lovely. You've got quite a mix of quite dark tones, some really soft light tones that you don't often get in sets now, but you have got some quite nice light blues, obviously lots of light skin, quite light yellows, those kind of colours. So the colour palette is nice. I'm not sure I'd pay full price for these, especially not with how they were delivered. And I think, if I'm really honest, it's put me off buying direct from Castle themselves again, really. Because if I had paid £107 for this and it had arrived in this condition, I'd be pretty annoyed. I'm pretty annoyed anyway, as you probably tell. But we'll see. I'm giving them a bit of time and I'll see what I think about them as we go forward. I think quality control needs a bit of improvement at Castle. I'm thinking about how they send things out. A bit of cardboard or a bit of paper packaging in there would have been nice. That would have added to it, definitely. So they kind of took the shine off them for me a little bit. Other things I got this month, I've got quite a lot of my pencils getting very short. I have I think I have 2 sets of these already, but yeah, in my little pencil hole I am pretty much out. So, and I've got a few pencils that are now running short. These are my favourite ones off Amazon. They're nothing special. I think they're about £8, something like that. You can get, I think there's a pack of 6 of them that don't have these tall ones that are double-ended. Or I get the pack of 8 because these double-ended ones sometimes are just what you need for the odd pencil that doesn't quite fit in the other one. So I quite like having those as spares in there as well. But those are the ones I use all the time because I find them really, really useful. Then, Colour with K did tempt me quite badly with some of her Galaxy glitters. And I've been looking for these for quite a while. With not a huge amount of success. Sorry, put my teeth back in. So I know you can get these in pretty much most stores, can't you, in America, but in the UK we cannot. And I thought, oh, they'll just be on Amazon. And they are, some are on Amazon, but for silly money. But I finally, in one of my many searches, came across Budley Crafts, and they had a lovely selection. So I have got myself some Galaxy glitter goodies. So I've got Kay's favourite one, Clear Eye Comet. I've got Pink Cosmos. I've got Gold Shooting Star. Silver Moon. I know, I went mad, sorry. Champagne Gold. This one is a Glimmer Dust. Just wanted to see what the difference was. So these are really quite chunky. And is my phone going to focus? Not too bad. Oh no, they've just made it worse. Sorry. Oh, I can't see to focus it. Let's put it back. You get the idea anyway. It's obviously really chunky. Got really lovely... Actually, you can kind of see it more in there, can't you? That's against the black, it really does show up. Really beautiful glow to them. And not like anything else I have really. I have a few stickles that I showed you the last time. I bought some art bits and pieces, but I don't really have anything like these. So as I'd finally found somewhere that sold them, I went mad and bought a few. So I've got those, and this Glamour Dust one looks nothing, I think, when you look at it in the actual bottle, but I've done a little swatch of them, so I'll show you. The other things that I got, Kay recommended getting the black base coat for the other things that I got, so I got just the plain Enchanted matte black, and then I got 4 of the Enchanted ones. So I got Enchanted Magenta, which again kind of doesn't, oh, you kind of see the glow of it, can't you, in the lid there. Enchanted Magenta, Enchanted Turquoise, which I think is very pretty, but I thought these would be lovely for wings and things like that you just want a little bit of shimmer on. This one is Blue, Enchanted Blue, has a nice sheen. And finally, I got Enchanted Shimmer, because I didn't really understand what the difference was from the description. But this one seems to be the Enchanted, but with a little bit of really fine glitter. So, here's my little swatch sheet that I did. So, the Galaxy glitter ones are at the top. So, Ice Comet, Pink Cosmos, Gold Shooting Star, Silver Moon, and obviously these are all dry. And then this is the Glimmer, I think it is, isn't it? Dust one. And then my Enchanted ones are Magenta. Again, it's very difficult to see the clears in the white spaces. Turquoise, Enchanted Blue, and this one's the one with Enchanted Shimmer. So it kind of does the same gleam as these, but with a little bit of glitter in there as well. So I think they're really nice. I might get a few more of those. And then you'll also notice on here I've got metallics. So I've got White Pearl, Gold, and Shimmering Silver, but I think they need another coat. They're a little bit patchy, but those were these ones. Because I had no love for the metallic gold that I have in the paints that I currently have, so I've got those as well. So I was really pleased with those. And then I noticed they also sold the Ranger artist brushes. I had some, I think they were Claudine Helmuth ones that I've had for a very, very long time, and those have been really hard wearing, good quality brushes for acrylic, really, not for watercolour or anything like that. But so I think Ranger manufactured her brushes, so I thought, well, I'll give them a try and see if they are similar, and they do feel similar to my Claudine Helmuth ones. So I'm hoping they will be as hard working and good quality as my old ones that I've still got a few of them, because I really liked her paint and her brushes. But I think they're not in. Don't seem to be making them anymore. I can't find them anywhere. Maybe someone again can correct me. Sorry, excuse my creature. Then I've had for a long time, excuse my arm, these golden high flow acrylics. And obviously, occasionally, I do use acrylic paint on my backgrounds if you want to obviously get rid of something, or you want to do a nice background. Sometimes you just want something a bit stronger than pencil, and obviously a bit quicker than pencil, because a pencil background can take a while. And I bought these really because they are a liquid, but with acrylic power. They're kind of the next step up from an acrylic ink. So they are, so I'll take the top off, I don't know how well you'll be able to see actually, but they are very kind of, no, I'm not being very helpful now, but they're basically a liquid. So when you drop them, I got a post-it note's probably not ideal, well, you can almost see as they come out. They are very much a liquid rather than a thick paint, but they still have quite a strong pigment level in them. So obviously white, handy for going over white lines. You can use a brush with these to go over your white lines, although I have also, thanks Pixie, pinched my husband's because he already had one. I think we went to a museum or something and he bought one of these because he thought it looked appealing. He's never used it. It's been his bookshelf for about 15 years, so I have acquired it out of his bookshelf. Can also write with it with a dip pen. Thank you, Pixie. So it works with that as well, which obviously you can get a really quite nice fine line with it. So I just happened to notice as I was randomly rooting around on Amazon, as you do, looking at things that you shouldn't be looking at really. Let's move my splot out of the way. And I saw this set of golden, I always forget what these are called, high flow acrylics. So yeah, and they were on half price, so I was really pleased, because obviously I've only got these two. These two weren't cheap to buy individually for such a little pot and for a liquid. So I've got a full set of these now. So got really bright, and I'm not even going to try and read these names out because they're just shockingly long-winded, silly art names that I can never pronounce. A red, a magenta that's really lovely, more like a royal blue, and then more of a navy blue, more like an emerald green, and then the usual kind of burnt sienna, a black, and I've got another white that's in here. So yeah, I was really, really pleased with this little set that I managed to pick up off Amazon for a lot less than I was expecting, really. And that's nearly it, and that was my plan to be it for this month, till Derwent had their Jubilee sale, and so I was bad again. Let me move that glass pen before I break it. So I was bad and got the Coloursofts, but yeah, they were on considerably good offer. They had buy the price of the set below, get the bigger set thing going on. I don't think they worded it very well. I think a lot of people were confused, but I understood that this was a lot cheaper than it was normally. So I did plump for the Coloursofts, just because, as you know, I haven't got them. I thought they'll work very well with the Chroma Flows that I've already got. So why not? And they're not going to be that price again, so yeah, so I plumped for them. And I think they will probably work quite nicely with my Chroma Flow set that I've got. There's colours that are in one that are not in the other, and they are a different texture. They're definitely a lot more crumbly than the Chroma Flows, and most of my other pencils. really surprised how much they crumble when you use them. Maybe I've got too much of a heavy hand for these. We'll see. Maybe there's a knack to them that I've got to pick up yet. But I'm really pleased they've got them. They're a nice pencil. They won't be my favourite pencil, I don't think. And I did notice, sadly, that I do have a few off-centre cores in this set, which is a little bit disappointing to see. Not badly off-centre. I don't think it'll affect the sharpening. As you can see, you can't see because they're off the table. This one did snap quite a bit when I was doing, again, I've only done a swatch with these because I've not had them very long. And I'm very busy at school at the moment, so they're kind of a bit untouched on the shelf at the moment because of time constraints, but I'm looking forward to being able to play with these and the Castle Art ones, and definitely my lovely glittery paints. Very impressed with those. Yeah, I definitely have to be good this month because I had not budgeted for buying this set of naughtiness, but I thought, well, it's not going to be at that price again. I'm surprised it is that price then, really. So yeah, I went for that. So yes, this is quite a long video of stuff that I've been quite naughty buying, but hopefully something's interested you. Maybe you've seen something that you've not seen before and has taken your fancy. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your colouring. Bye bye.